Absolutely.
So one of my family friends is Idris Elba. So Idris has known me since I was a young child. Him and my mum are very good friends because we grew up in East London. 80% of the world live under $10 a day. That is reality.
Yeah.
The life that I lived, I was going to all these VIP restaurants, like, went to Las Vegas, went to Dubai, I was traveling the world, literally doing my events and had networks in those industries. That is not real.
Right.
And 0.0001% of the actual world population lived that life. So it kind of hit me. I had to take a step back and really reevaluate my life and my purpose.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm grateful for what I've been through, my experiences. So, but how can you use that now to impact people, make a big change?
Boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatago. I'm a Sierra Leonean American now living in Freetown, Sierra Leone. And if you want to know why somebody would leave the UK to come to Sierra Leone and build a smart city with the president of Sierra Leone and the world famous actor Idris Elba, then this is the video for you. All right, so today we have part 2 of our interview with Siaka Stevens. The first part of the interview, we talked about the ball-in parties and everything that pertains to that and why he came up with the business. We talked to him a little bit about what it's like to work in Sierra Leone, what it's like to have a business here, some of the challenges, you know, some of the benefits of having a business here. So we got a chance to talk about all of that. Now we're gonna talk about his business partnership with Idris Elba and the president of Sierra Leone, what they're doing with Shebro Island, which is this smart city that they're building. It's a really cool concept and idea. We talk about how cities are being built around the world and how they're gonna take this city and make it a destination for people to come to in West Africa. It's a really cool story, really interesting background, and I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
So my original plan was I wanted to open a nice hotel here and build a rooftop bar, lounge, like you know in Vegas or LA, like
Absolutely, yeah.
People can chill for a couple of parties there.
Yeah.
But then I looked at Sierra Leone and our struggles. Number one, having tourism.
It's a really big challenge for us.
Infrastructure-wise, we struggle.
Yeah.
And then in terms of being a viable business, Sierra Leone really attracts tourists. I wouldn't say tourists because they're the diasporans that come back.
Right.
April and December. And in terms of our economy, we're still our GDP per capita.
GDP, yeah.
Yeah, it's still very low.
Right.
So, and my network is more around high-end hospitality.
Yeah.
That's where I have a lot of my contacts in.
Yeah.
But looking at our economy, it's not ready for something like that now. So I thought, okay, what can I do to help? I'm a firm believer of self-reliance. As an individual, and even as a nation, you have to be self-reliant. So when I looked at Sierra Leone's economy is based on very funds.
Right.
I sat one day and I thought, how can you make your country self-reliant? Okay, what can you do? What can you do to make a huge change? This feeds into my past experiences working in entertainment and hospitality.
Yeah. So
someone from the Ministry of Energy, when I first came, sent me a document in terms of they needed some investment in infrastructure, in energy.
Okay.
They sent me a document, and I'll never forget this. I opened the document and it had Sierra Leone, and it had the different regions in different colours regarding in terms of how much kilowatts they needed of energy.
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but this region was red, this region was blue.
Okay.
And there was an island off the coast of Sierra Leone that was completely black. And it caught my attention. I was thinking, doesn't this place need any energy? How can the whole country need energy in one massive island, not need anything at all?
Right.
So I was thinking, this is strange. So I started Googling the island. It's called Shebro Island. It's the south of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
It's very large. It's basically the same size, a little bit smaller than Chicago.
Okay.
It has like a coastline, natural beach. I thought this is strange. You've got a beautiful island, perfect for tourism, and nothing's going on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I started researching more, and I thought, you know what? Randomly, and this is strange how this works. It's just strange how this works. I was in Dubai in 2014 or 15. I was with my friends. I went to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Okay.
I was relaxing at a beach club, Nikki Beach. in Dubai. And I remember, because Nikki Beach is near a port in Dubai, so you can see the big ships.
Yeah.
But you know how Dubai 20 years ago, it was all desert, and I was sitting there to myself and I thought, you know what? I wish I could make my country like this one day. I was kid you not. It's the way it happens.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I spot this island and I'm like, this has got a huge touristic potential. So I said to myself, you know what? You can build a new city on here. Randomly, but you can. Like, and focusing on tourism, you know, hospitality, some of the things you can do. Because when you look at Sierra Leone, when I talk to investors about Sierra Leone, infrastructures, things that are in place, doing business here, but also the workforce. So they have to bring in their own workforce,
right?
You know, so when I looked at what type of industries would be good for this project I was doing on the island, tourism. 2/3 of tourism labour is unskilled. As a big multiplier effect.
Right.
So you can literally hoover up a lot of people to work in the hospitality industry. You can train them. So then I started doing my research in terms of the island, new cities, how they're built. And one of my friends I went to university with, he works in construction. And he works in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And they're building a tourism resort there as well. I gave him a call, I said, what do you think about it? And he said to me, Siaka, you know what? I think it's got some legs. I think it can work. Let me connect you to a few people. Bearing in mind, this time I hadn't spoken to anyone in the government or anyone about it at all.
Okay.
So he connected me to a few people. I sent them proposals. These are big like engineering firms. And they were like, yeah, this can work. We're very interested.
Okay.
That gave me some reassurance then. So that was box one. Then like that with any business, you have to dissect it down into like mission, vision. What is your USP? What are you trying to do?
Yep. So, USP, unique selling proposition.
Yeah. So what is your USP? What? Because every city, you don't realize there are about 234 cities being built all across the world. You would not know that though.
I didn't know.
There are a lot.
Okay.
So, like any business, who are you trying to attract? You know, you have to dissect it.
Right.
So I started looking at my experiences in Sierra Leone. And this was the Trump era when racism was very much, black people like ourselves were feeling very marginalized.
Yeah.
And suddenly waking up thinking, even though I'm black and I'm American or black British, is this really my country?
Right.
You know, can I really reach my potential, achieve my full potential? You know, where there's institutional racism. Because everyone talks about the American dream, meritocracy.
Right.
But what they forget is institutional racism. If you work hard, you can achieve it, let's say.
Right.
It's not about colour, it's about working hard.
Right.
But they forget because when you're ascending, if there's you and a white guy in a corporate company, you might be more talented, but naturally the white manager might just pick. You never know that. That's what holds a lot of our people back. Right. You know? Yeah. And that's why a lot of us go into the creative industries. It's not because we have the talent, because we're getting held back.
Right.
So there's a reason why we excel in as athletes, creative industries. Yeah. Because at least those industries allow us to reach a certain level.
Yeah, to excel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
advance
to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So when I looked at my experiences in Sierra Leone, I saw a lot of people like myself when I came back that wanted to do things in Sierra Leone. 6 months to a year, they'll be gone. Like Siaka, man, I can't do it anymore.
Yep. Yeah, the frustrations.
Because Steve Jobs, I watched an interview, he said if you're not passionate about something, after a while, you're not going to do it anymore. So you think about it, you come from America. Yeah. You got a good life in America. Yeah. Infrastructure in America. You go cinema, you go clubs, you go bars, you go all these things. Yep. You're here struggling to do a business to help a country that needs help. Yep. And people are fucking you about. Late for meetings, not professional. After a while, this is your time and your investment. Right. After a while, what are you going to do?
Pack up and go.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And we lose so many people in Sierra Leone. Yeah. So many people that started the journey with me, or joined, gone back, they've had enough. And I thought, you know what, this can't happen anymore. Because we need their skills. Yes. You know, we have the entrepreneurs here, but they need to connect with people that have lived outside the continent and work together. So it's sad to see all these people that have talent go. So I looked at that. I looked at the change in terms of now there are people that are educated that want to come back. Yes. In their droves, you know. Yep. And I would say each person like that with a degree is worth X amount to Sierra Leone or an African economy.
Right.
We have to retain them.
Right.
We have to retain them.
Agreed.
But at the moment, I don't think governments are working, governments do not monetize the value of these people.
Right.
That are coming for free. You're not paying for them. They want to come and work and set up businesses. They are a priority to our economies. We need them.
Right.
Because they will train people, you know. Anyway, so I looked at that. I looked at in terms of, you know, in terms of like tourism as well within the African continent.
Right.
So a lot of African countries tend to focus on tourism, bringing people to Africa.
From outside of the continent.
But we don't realize it might have changed now because of COVID, but there's a company called Knight Frank. They're like a massive company in the UK.
Okay.
And they do something called the Wealth Report. And it said the African dollar millionaire was going to double by 2025. So in terms of, if you look at the flights from, my friend works at the Emirates Airline, Dubai Airline.
Okay.
Yeah. He told me that the most profitable route is from Nigeria to Dubai. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I can imagine that being true.
Yeah. For sure.
So these people leave Nigeria to go and enjoy in Dubai. If you create Dubai on the continent, they don't come here.
Absolutely, and it's a lot cheaper.
Exactly, and we're nouveau riche.
And it's shorter. It's a shorter flight.
We're nouveau riche as well. Africans like new money. Yeah. So what do Africans do when they get money?
They go and spend it in the UK,
so everyone can see.
Yes.
Culturally, it's cultural. That's what everyone. It's new money. That's what you know. Yeah. So if the African dollar millionaire is going to double by 2025, there's so much money being made within the continent. Right. We don't have a tourist destination like this within the continent.
I see. That's true.
You know, outside we do. If you want to go and see lions and tigers, you go to Kenya. If you want to go to do that eco-tourism, you go somewhere else. But I'm trying to create high-end hospitality, a part of it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I'm trying to create tourism, and then because the island's so big, I'm trying to create industries as well. Yeah. I want the creative industries to come and live here. I want different, because the island's for everyone. Right. Yeah, but our main industries are tourism, agriculture, and fish farming. Okay. So these are the key industries. Yeah. So obviously want people to come on holiday and chill, but obviously want people to come and live here. You know, to bring people back. Nice. Nice.
Okay, so you have partners in this business.
Yeah. So in my entertainment business, I saw the value of associating brands with celebrities. Deals, Reebok, Adidas, they all got celebrity endorsements.
Absolutely.
So one of my family friends is Idris Elba. So Idris has known me since I was a young child. Him and my mum are very good friends because we grew up in East London. Okay. So obviously, being from a small community of Sierra Leone, if someone lives close to you, you tend to gravitate towards each other.
Right, absolutely. So
Idris has known me since from a young age. So, and this is funny how things work. On my travels in my entertainment business, I would bump into him. Right. So I'd be in Dubai. I think he was filming Star Trek, and I bumped into him at a club. And I was in New York and London. I bumped into him at an event or a club. Yeah. So we kind of kept in contact, said hello, gave me his number. And Idris is very passionate about Africa. Yeah. And unfortunately, his father passed away a few years ago. And he was made a promise to his father and grandfather that he would return to Sierra Leone to do something like amazing. Yeah. So I just messaged him out of the blue and I said, Idris, I've got this idea. Yeah. I would love you to partner with me, you know. And he was like, he messaged me back saying, okay. So I said, can we meet up? Yeah. And he was like, I'm a bit busy because his schedule was crazy. Sure. But I'll give you a message. I'll send you a message. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it's not going to call me. I never forgot. I was lying down. Normally my phone's on silent. Sure. But for some reason my phone was on loud one morning. And my phone started ringing. It's Idris. Took a deep breath. Because this was probably the most important 30 minutes of my life. Right. I've got to pitch something to him. Right. For him to say, okay. Yeah. Picked up the phone. I kind of gave him a brief overview. And he was like, so this sounds insane. I want to know more. So a series of meetings over the course of 2 years, because his schedule was very crazy and I was traveling back and forth to Sierra Leone. Right. And don't forget, this is why I really appreciate his involvement and him actually just believing in someone. And just for other people as well, if you're successful, it doesn't matter how successful you are, people that might not be on your level as you see, never discount them. I read something the other day, a guy said that he regrets because he taken advice not taking advice from someone else that he thought wasn't successful as him. You know, so I had no right. I've got no right pitching to Idris Elba. I'm not an architect. I'm not super, I'm not a multi-millionaire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just had a great idea. I said, listen, this is what I want to do. And he said, you know what, so okay. And he trusted me.
Right.
You know? So 2 years, we said to me, Siaka, cool, I'm with you. And then we managed to get a meeting with the president and the government. This is where it really gets political. My grandfather was the founder of the APC party.
Yep.
And they were in power for 10 years, I think. They left 2018.
Yep. Yeah.
And so this new government, SLPP, so everyone knows African politics is very tribal, divided. People warned me, but I didn't care. I'm not into politics. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a Sierra Leonean, and I'm loyal to my government of the day.
Right.
My allegiance is to Sierra Leone.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't really. I really sharp focus.
Yeah.
So we approached this government. No issues, no problems. You know, it just overcame to Sierra Leone. Our president, and he was very welcoming.
Right.
You know, I've had no issues at all. You know, so it's very important for us Sierra Leoneans as well to be united.
Yes.
Because without unity, there's no progression. You know, so I'm hoping as well internally for Sierra Leone, this project, because of the nature of just my heritage, even though I'm not political, but just because my name is political.
Sure.
And this kind of government, it kind of will help unify the country in a certain way. You know.
Yeah, I like that. So
I'm praying. The president said, we love this idea. You know, let's work on it. So negotiating for a few years and finally reached an agreement. And I think project's moving forward. So you should start hearing about it now. And it'll be a lot harder for him to get me an interview.
I know. That's like I gotta get it now.
In the near future.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just a case of, listen, no dream is too big.
Absolutely.
This is one of the things where people say to me, oh, you're crazy. But if you ask my friends who know me, they will say to me, oh, they'll be like, yeah, this is a Siaka kind of idea. You know?
Build a city.
Yeah, build a city.
Yeah.
You know? So there's no dream is too big. And also, doesn't matter how small your dream is. You know, in the spiritual world, it's all the same.
Yeah.
You know, so you can want to build a city or you can want to help children, you can do this. Don't feel like, oh, because he does this and I do that. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's no difference.
Shebro Island is a special economic zone that is going to be a dynamic wave of change in West Africa. It's going to be contributing to the prosperity of the land that we love in the beautiful Republic of Sierra Leone. Now, what do we know about Shebro Island? Shebro Island is going to be a city. It's going to be shaping the future for future generations to come. It's not only going to be doing that, but it's also perfectly placed to become a vibrant economic hub. Now, it's going to be 6 hours from Middle Eastern Europe, and it's a world-class Afro-dynamic eco city. It's going to be privately financed. Not only is it privately financed, but it's also led by the Shebro Development Authority. This is something that has been approved by the Sierra Leone government. It'll be blending the dynamism of modern Africa with its rich traditions, really a blend of some of the most amazing things you could find in Africa, and of course, our local cultures in Sierra Leone. It's anchored upon the concept of preservation and reforestation of the mangroves, improving and enhancing the local infrastructure. Not only that, but also while attracting global investments. That's a super important element to what we're doing here with the Shebro Island project. It's protected by legal frameworks, so of course the government has always made sure that it works the way it's supposed to. And also, there's going to be 600 square kilometers of property, paradise, and prosperity, maximizing Sierra Leoneans' development potential. It's also going to be unlocking gateways to international trade, economic growth, and harmony. It's also going to be regional specific economic hub, regional future development, long-term benefits for all Sierra Leoneans, increased investment flows. Also, it's going to focus on jobs and creating jobs, education, and healthcare improvements. Not only that, but international image for the country of Sierra Leone is going to enhance. Success has no limits with this project. It's going to be education, healthcare, that biodiversity education center. There'll be media, entertainment, and a financial district. It'll also have new towns on the continent and on the city. There'll be administrative enclave, so much more. This is your Afro-dynamic Echo City. Now, this is a game-changing new economic development model for Africa. This is not just something that can happen here, but all over Africa. And this is not just led by some folks that you don't know. Idris Elba is one of the main sponsors of this project. And what he says, our commitment lies in supporting the growth of Sierra Leone by developing Shebro Island in partnership with the government of Sierra Leone. This project will benefit all Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of their tribal or political affiliations. As part of the African diaspora, our goal is to make sure to do that. We believe that Shebro Island city will be an economic engine for our country and neighbors. Now, that's from the president of Sierra Leone. He said it also demonstrates our ability to partner in a large-scale projects. Now, here's the information for the folks who've helped put this together, and here's the acknowledgement and thanks. That is Shebro. Okay, cool. So that was part 2 of the Siaka Stevens interview. If you found it interesting, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you know anybody that wants to be a part of this and to help out, make sure you share this with them. And Siaka's information and all his channels and everything is going to be in the description below. So if you know anybody who's looking to invest, who's really looking to help build Sierra Leone and propel it forward, then definitely share this with them. Now, part 1 of the video is going to be up here. So click up here to watch part 1 of the video. If you want to see more interviews like this, and you want to see some of the clips from the ballin' party, you want to click down here from Life in Sierra Leone. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button by hitting this button over here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.